A quick thank you to our more than 10.6 thousand subscribers here from the Hawkeye of the Storm. You guys are the ones that make this show possible. You watch the videos, you like the videos, you comment on them, and you tell your friends and family about the work being done here from the Hawkeye of the Storm. Year-round coverage, including live post-game streams for Iowa football, Iowa men's basketball, and Iowa women's basketball. We have a treat for you next Monday, this coming Monday evening. It's myself live with Coach Gary Close, former Hawkeye assistant coach Gary Close, and Hawkeye basketball legend A.C. Earl. We will be live taking your comments, taking your calls. Join us next Monday. Time to be announced here in the coming, hours, because it's already Saturday evening here in central Iowa. But again, myself, Coach Gary Close, and A.C. Earl on Monday. The news item we wanted to discuss today broke a few days ago, and it involves one of Phil Parker's guys. Iowa cornerback John Nestor has announced that he will enter the transfer portal. In fact, this was announced just 48 hours or so prior to the start of spring ball. Very interesting decision. I know some people right away jumped on social media to complain about this young man quitting and yada, 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 yada. Of course, we're not there on the inside. We don't know what exactly happened. I have had John Nestor on this very show before, and he seemed like a nice young man. By all accounts, what I know about John Nestor, he's a Chicago kid, a suburban Chicago kid, but his family's moved around a lot. And if you forgot this news story, last year, West Branch High hired his dad to be their head coach. So John Nestor Sr. had been coaching. He's coached for a long time, to my understanding, and he accepted the job at West Branch. He was there 1 year, and about a month ago, he resigned. Now, if you go on social media, you go on the message boards, I'm sure you're going to find various ideas or theories about why he left. All we can tell you for a certainty is that he was there 1 year, took him to the playoffs, won one game in the playoffs. He resigns and moves along. So that should have given us some idea that perhaps his son would follow, but certainly it's no guarantee. It was no guarantee that John Nestor Sr. would get the job at West Branch. His son, John Nestor Jr., had been committed far prior. Now, John Nestor, the player, totaled 14 tackles last year, 10 of which were solo tackles. He also had a fumble recovery and did play quite a bit at corner. Let's not forget, Iowa struggled opposite Jamari Harris, finding quality, consistent production. Kind of had an ongoing rotation of TJ Hall, Deshaun Lee, John Nestor, and clearly the void that was left by Cooper DeJean's departure for the NFL wasn't fully filled. And that was part of Iowa's problem defensively last year. They got picked on in games like the UCLA game, although a lot of that was on the ground. Certainly that game against Michigan State, Aiden Childs ate up Iowa's corners. We even saw that Washington team that throws the ball exceptionally well with Will Rogers. They gave that cornerback side a difficult time. So John Nestor had his ups and downs, but he was a second-year player, played his first year some on special teams, so he burned his red shirt. He's got 2 years of eligibility remaining. So why he decided to announce now, only he and his family, or maybe his coaches, could tell you, but I would have to think there's some coinciding with the decision from his father to resign from West Branch. And there were rumors out there that the family was being treated poorly by the community. Again, I can't validate or verify those reports, but those are out there. And this is the day and age where there's always going to be reports. And so many times we're talking on this show about things that have been said that we can't verify. That's just the nature of social media today. But it's unfortunate because by all accounts, he's a good coach. John Nestor Sr. is. So there's talk that maybe he has family. They'll end up back down in the Nashville area. So would John Nestor Jr. want to be down there? Maybe he goes transfers to Vanderbilt. He's from the Chicago area. Maybe it's Northwestern that takes a look at John Nestor. Based on what I'm aware of, this is a good student, and he would have had a chance at the starting role opposite, whoever the other guy is. We don't know because Jamari Harris has graduated. Iowa's got to find 2 starters in the group that we thought was going to feature Nestor, Deshaun Lee, TJ Hall, and potentially a guy like Jalen Watson, who has some good bloodlines himself and was impressive on special teams during his true freshman year. So it's a blow to Phil Parker's room, but they've got some young pieces. Phil has proven in past seasons he's not afraid to play young guys, and you would just hope that TJ Hall, Deshaun Lee, health is going to be of importance, but you hope those two guys can both latch on to the role. They're both upperclassmen. It's time to be a big boy at corner and take that role by the reins and run with it, especially with John Nestor out of the picture. If not, some younger guys may have an opportunity to take over. We've heard some good stories about Rashad Godfrey at corner, and as I mentioned, Jalen Watson, a really good young guy, and they've got some young players that we haven't really seen a whole lot of yet, and Iowa has, again, not been afraid to play those true freshmen. So that's the latest from John Nestor as he thanks his coaches and his teammates, but announces that he will be exiting Iowa and leaving via the transfer portal not long before spring ball officially started. We also got word that Gavin Hoffman was leaving. So 2 scholarship players, both guys, Iowa fans were deservedly excited about, or understandably excited about, I guess I should say. And so Iowa's down a guy at both tight end and corner, both positions Iowa traditionally is solid at, right? I think we could say that more so with tight end, but you trust what Phil Parker does at corner as well. And it makes us wonder now, depending on what Iowa has as far as attrition toward the end of spring ball, what type of activity does Iowa take part in via the transfer portal when that window opens? These guys can't officially enter the transfer portal until later this month when that second, well, I should say first of the year, right? Because the first portal window is like in December. So when the spring portal window opens, then these guys can officially enter, and maybe Iowa goes and pursues someone else. But we shall see. But there's an onus on those younger corners and the more experienced corners to step up and be leaders in that room. Folks, I'll be here Monday, as I mentioned, and we'll have a live video tomorrow. News basically every day. So many things we haven't gotten to. We'll continue to talk about everything, but keep it locked right here for Hawkeye news and notes regarding Iowa football, Iowa men's basketball, and women's hoops right here from the Hawkeye of the Storm. We'll talk to you soon.